Coach, is there any such thing as a home field advantage in track?
Well, obviously, you get to stay in your own bed. You're not having to travel a long period of time. There's got to be some advantage to that. If you practice at the same place all the time, there's got to be some advantage to that. But ultimately, everybody's got to run the same distance. Everybody's got to jump the same height or distance or throw. So I think there's probably a slight advantage, but I don't think it's huge.
How do you balance expectations? Obviously, for some people like Erica and Brandon, they have the bar's been raised for them. How do you, not let that get in their head and just go out and perform rather than compete against themselves?
Well, obviously, they're the ones dealing with that most of the time. All we can do as coaches is let them know, just focus on what they've done in practice and what we know they're capable of doing. And if you're going to make mistakes being aggressive. This conference, as it doesn't matter if it's track, doesn't matter if it's football, probably wouldn't matter. Science Bowl, wouldn't matter what it is. You better be aggressive, because if you're passive at all, you're already beat. So once you accomplish the things that they have, NCAA champion, national champion, everybody's after you, and you better be aggressive in everything that you do, and that's what we try to teach and coach.
Coach, just talk about the SEC. I know 5 men's teams are in the top 10 in the country. I think 6 women's teams. I might have that backwards, but it's certainly stacked as far as the top 10 in the country. Talk about the SEC and what we expect coming in here this weekend.
Well, not only you have that many in the top 10, you have 9 in the top 18 on one side and 8 in the top 19 on the other. So you got basically 75% of the conference that's in the top 19 in the country. That's tough. I mean, spectators can be out here and watch a team get 9th or 10th in the conference, but yet they're one of the top 15 teams in the country. That's hard for some people to kind of visualize how that can happen. They'll see maybe a team to get 8th or 9th in the conference, and 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, finish 7th in the country, and people start counting on their fingers like, how did that happen? 9th in the conference and 7th in the whole country. Well, there's 412 Division I teams in track and field. Same amount of points. Each track meet has the same amount of points. So you divide the amount of points by 412 schools versus 14 schools. It starts thinning out a lot more at nationals. So if you've got high quality individuals like we do, a lot of the points that we score at conference, we also score at nationals. So it makes our team end up being a good bit higher than maybe what the conference meet is. But you guys hopefully will be there at the meet. You'll find out how athletic it is. I mean, you've obviously seen football and basketball a lot, but in SEC championships and track, it's the root of all sports: running, jumping, throwing, and you're going to get to see the best of it.
Talk about, Erica. I know she was good when she got here as a freshman, but she's just continually been good throughout her whole career. What does she bring to the table for your team?
Well, at this point, just like you said, as a freshman, improved a lot. Now she brings experience. Maybe as a freshman, not so much experience, but now she brings experience. She raises the bar, the expectations for the other girls that's on the team. I think if you research our women's team in the last 3 or 4 years, it's daylight and dark on the level of the entire team. Men's very the same way. You've got a senior in Marcus Jackson that's been there, done it. Lead the way for the other ones to see that it doesn't matter where you're from. You can be from Carroll County, Mississippi, or Bahia, Mississippi, and be an NCAA champion. You can. It doesn't matter where you're from. It's how much work you want to put in and how bad you want it. Those are 2 very good examples for the rest of our team, and they've done a good job of that.
Obviously, we know the big names, like you were kind of mentioning, Brandon, Marcus, Erica. Who else should we kind of, be looking out for?
Well, you got Rhiannon Price back there, who's leading the conference in the 1500 right now. Matter of fact, we may be first and second or first and third, at least rank-wise, in the women's 1500. Scotty Hearn, a Meridian, Mississippi guy, is top 2 in the 400 hurdles, top 5 in the country. I'm going to forget somebody if you start asking me to ask individuals. I hate talking about individual stuff. We'll talk about both teams have gotten to a level to where when you ask me those questions, I'm going to forget somebody now. There's probably been years ago where it'd be pretty easy to talk about the 1 or 2 individuals, and I'm not going to forget anybody. But if I talk about that today, I'm going to forget somebody. So I apologize for whoever I forgot.
You talk about individuals, but it's kind of a team sport too, where they combine all that. So how does all that work, just within the team, within the individuals?
We have 21 track events, track and field events, First place through eighth scores. First place is 10 points, second's 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So then you add the points up and the highest points win. So an eighth place finish is only 1 point, but it's still points for your team. Plus, you probably knocked another team out of scoring a point as well. So the dynamics of it. We'll give you an idea. You know, every coach kind of does an analysis of who's entered what and how many points you feel like you can project and score. On the men's side, from what I can tell, there's going to be 7 teams within about 8 points. And you may think just getting 1 point, it's not that big. It's a huge deal because, again, you get the point, but you take the point away from somebody else. So it's really a 2-point or 3-point slide at times. So it's going to be that many teams ranked. It's just so every point is so precious and so hard to get. It's not even funny. And the guys and girls on the team know that, you know, so they're cheering each other for each other like crazy because they know it's hard to score in this conference. Very hard to score in this conference. And we've got an opportunity, the women to be the highest finish they've ever had at a conference meet, and the guys a chance to be, I think 3 years ago we were 5th. You know, we get it done like we should, we got a chance to be 5th. It's going to be from 5th back to 12th. It's going to be about 10, 12, 13 points. It's going to be very close.